Welcome to Wiri Oil Terminal. This is a dangerous goods site which is jointly owned by the 4 major oil companies and managed on their behalf by Wazzle. Wiri Terminal supplies 40% of New Zealand's fuel product. Up to 100 million litres of fuel can be stored here. So how you carry out your job could affect Auckland's fuel supply. Our health and safety policy seeks to eliminate all situations which could lead to personal injury, occupational illness, damage to the environment, damage to equipment or product loss. Commitment to this policy applies equally to all Wazzle employees and contractors working within the terminal. Entry to the terminal is subject to strict site entry rules. Failure to observe these rules may result in disciplinary action. Due to the flammable goods stored on the site, it is critical that fire risk is minimised. No matches, lighters or equipment that could generate a flame or spark are permitted outside the admin building without a safety work permit. Anything that has a battery, connects to power or can create a spark or flame, such as a power tool, mains or battery, cell phone, pager, camera, vehicle radio or RT, is not to be used outside the admin building unless approved by a Wazzle Hot Work Permit. No threatening or aggressive behaviour or driving is permitted. This is one of the things that can result in banning from the site. 24-hour video surveillance operates throughout the terminal and in the loading bays. All personnel should be aware that the video material may be used to determine responsibility in the event of an incident. Stealing, vandalism or deliberate damage to equipment will result in disciplinary action. All vehicle and tanker operators must observe a maximum speed of 10 km per hour at all times, from the speed hump on the way in until you are out of the terminal. Be alert for unauthorised entry to the site. Ensure you stop your vehicle just inside the entry gate and outside the exit gate to enable the gate to fully close. This prevents unauthorised vehicles, cyclists or pedestrians tailgating on your entry or entering through the exit and bypassing the site entry rules. Observe normal rules of the road at all times. Stay on sealed roads and follow directional arrows and traffic signs. Always be alert for pedestrians, cyclists and other road users. The fire alarm out on the terminal sounds like an air raid siren and sounds very loudly for about 60 seconds before switching itself off. A less loud siren then sounds. There is a separate alarm for the admin building. If you are in the admin building when the alarm sounds, follow the standard evacuation procedure. Doorways and gates will automatically unlock in the event of an alarm. A test alarm is carried out on both alarms at 10 AM every Monday. If you hear an alarm at any other time, or if the Monday alarm continues for longer than 30 seconds, you must respond. Failure to respond to a fire alarm will result in disciplinary action. The main assembly area is at the entrance to the public car park opposite the security hut. The back gate assembly area is only to be used if access to the main assembly area is blocked by the emergency. There is a key for the back gate in a call point box located here. Do not return to the site until instructed to do so by Wazzle staff. In an everyday context, know exactly where to find fire extinguishers. Know how to use them and know how to raise the alarm. Familiarise yourself with the evacuation routes. High safety standards are expected of every person operating on the site. Report all defects, safety hazards, product spills, accidents or incidents, no matter how minor, to the permit issuer, control room or a Wazzle staff member, and to your own company. There is no such thing as a silly question in this industry. A no product to ground spill prevention programme applies on site. Product to ground must be viewed as undesirable, unwanted and unacceptable. Wazzle has zero tolerance for all leaks and spills. Report even a few drips so that the spill can be cleaned up, and action can be taken to ensure that the same situation does not occur again. There is no penalty for leaks and spills themselves, but failure to report could lead to disciplinary action. Use your knees, not your back, when lifting. Always wear a seatbelt and do not exceed the speed limit. The Wazzle rule is that if your vehicle is in motion, you must be wearing a seatbelt. Remember, handbrake off, seatbelt on. Wazzle will inform you of any changes on the site that may affect how you do your job. Remember WASL's Take 5 policy. 1. Stop, step back and observe. Take a few moments to consider safety before carrying out a task. 2. Walk through the task. Mentally go through the steps required to perform the task safely. 3. Identify any possible hazards. 4. Control and communicate the hazards. 5. Carry out the task safely. Minimum safety clothing for all personnel when across the blue line outside the admin building is: safety boots or shoes with no exposed steel, 100% cotton, neck to wrist to toe overalls, approved safety glasses and WASL approved high-vis. Approved vests can be worn over non-high-vis cotton overalls and raincoats. Only WASL approved high-vis may be worn on site. Wear PPE helmets. Protection from the sun is also important. Wear sun protection cream during sunny periods. You must stop if signalled by a security guard, site operator or WASL staff member. Follow their directions. Site safety is in everyone's interests. You may be asked to produce photo ID for verification purposes. WASL does not issue photo ID, but accepts most forms of it. Vehicles are subject to search on WASL sites. This includes private cars. They may be searched on the way in for ignition sources and on the way out at any time to guard against theft. Any uncooperative or aggressive behaviour towards an authorised person is unacceptable at any time and will result in disciplinary action. Report any suspicious behaviour even if it is later found to be a non-event. There should never be anyone across the blue line who is not appropriately dressed. If they don't look like they should be there, they shouldn't. Report it. Most WASL staff are first aid trained and will apply the first aid and enter the incident in the first aid register. This ensures you'll be eligible for ACC. If you spill motor spirits onto your overalls, move slowly to the emergency shower and do not remove the overalls until fully soaked in water. Then remove the overalls and other contaminated clothing while still under the shower. Serious burns can occur from static electricity igniting contaminated clothing. The shower must be cold as hot water will open the pores of your skin, allowing the product to enter your bloodstream. Cold water will close the pores and the product will run off the skin. The toilet block and kitchenette are located in the admin building. Ensure your overalls and footwear are clean when entering the admin building, and if necessary, wash your hands. Hand cleaner is available in the toilet block. Use only the appropriate company toilets and locker rooms or WASL toilets, not those maintained for other oil company use. Vending and coffee machines are available in the kitchenette. There is no charge for hot drinks. Ensure you clean up any mess you have made and use the rubbish bins provided. The smoker's hut is located in the corner of the main car park. You are not permitted to smoke or carry matches or lighters inside the fence line. You will face disciplinary action if you break this rule. Safety starts with me. This mindset means get yourself in order first. Make sure what you are doing is safe and correct. If everyone on the site does the same, the site will be safe. So the choice is yours. Choose the mindset. Safety starts with me. Choose to carry out your responsibilities well. Choose not to rush, speed, take risks or shortcuts. Choose to take 5. Stop, stand back and observe. Choose to arrive home safe from work. Don't gamble with life. When things go wrong, they can go very, very wrong. If you are not sure, stop and ask the question. There is no such thing as a silly question in this industry. You will be given a copy of the do's and don't list and a copy of the 3-strike policy. You'll need to know the location of all emergency equipment in the area in which you work. Be aware of the small change, big difference philosophy. It is often in the minor and everyday way that you exercise best practice that significant hazards can be averted. For example, by stopping your vehicle inside the gate, you prevent the hazards of intruders or unsafe vehicles on site. You must be familiar with the evacuation procedures and must employ them during alarm conditions. Remember the WASL HSE policy. It is the prime responsibility of all staff and contractors to ensure that company activities are performed safely and without harm to themselves, fellow workers, customers or the community. And always remember the WASL safety motto, HSE, it's how we do business.